Hello, my name is Ricardo, and I'm going to be telling you what I did on Friday, the 12th of May. So let's begin. So, first lesson, we had rehearsals, so we just did our rehearsals and all that sort of stuff. Because of the train strikes, there wasn't that many people in. Luckily, I had the people who I needed in my first scene, so the director was like, okay, since you're your people aren't here, let's just do your scene. And it was good because it's like the very first time we've actually looked into my scene with more depth. So it's really good that I had the opportunity. So we ran the scene. Well, we ran lines first because we had a new person who played Lou. So we just ran the lines basically. And yeah, we were given some notes, such as for me to make more eye contacts because it makes people more scared and uncomfortable. So uncomfortable. So my character is very intimidating, and I like to get into people's faces. What I kept doing on stage apparently was I look at someone, but then I'll look away because I must have felt awkward. Which is, even though I feel awkward, the point is for me to just keep staring at them because it makes them feel very uncomfortable for someone to just stare at them like this, or just stare at someone. Like if you stare at someone for more than 6 seconds, it makes people uncomfortable. That's what my character likes to do, make people uncomfortable. So I'm gonna start doing that a little bit more. When Danny comes in the center of the stage, because basically me and Lou are having a little moment. So we're both here. Danny comes in the middle and says his line about dentist because his character basically he just freaks about his dentist. So when Adam basically but when we think Adam's dead, he comes in the middle saying, "Guys, I can't do this. I want to be a dentist, but I don't think I can anymore because look what's happened. This can ruin my future of me becoming a dentist." He doesn't say that, but like I'm just giving an example. He's in the middle. He's saying that sort of stuff. So me and Lou are looking at each other like we probably just killed someone, and that's what you're worried about right now. Like, are you serious? So we're basically just like have a little moment together where we just look at each other like, okay, this sort of like brings out the comedic into it because this plays dark, but it's also comedic. So it's like a dark comedic. There's some little jokes out there. Like that's a joke right there. Another sort of feedback was don't follow Lou in the beginning because it makes. Oh, let me see that. Let me read that one more time. Don't follow Lou in the beginning because I am in my own space, process what happened. That's why most of my lines start off with like, now I have to, but I probably have to near. Okay, I know what I'm trying to say here. Sorry that didn't come out right. So at the beginning of when we come on stage, basically because we were debating, we said to each other that should we stay on stage and then wait for the lights to come out and then we just perform, or should we just walk on stage? We decided that we walk on stage because it makes it more naturalistic. Yeah. So basically, what we had was that we followed Lou, a character called Lou, and then we just say our lines, blah blah blah. But to make it better, we had Lou walk into this section. I walked into like this section, and then Danny walks into this section of the stage. It's basically like everyone's process of what's happening. Like everyone has their little moment to by themselves. So we got Lou who's like panicking, saying we are screwed, we are finished. College, university, our lives are over. I'm processing, saying to myself, no, 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 we're not screwed. We're not screwed. We can fix this. We can do something. We can have my little moment. Danny's worried about his dentist. Yeah, that's more or less it. So each and every one of us are just processing in different ways. That's why most of my lines are like, "This is what now I have to. You're gonna have to listen to. You're gonna have to. You. I'm. I'm just saying what comes to mind, and it's not even making sense. I'm just saying you have to. You listen. You have to listen to me, okay? Everything is every everything is fine. So yeah, I. So for the staging, like what's gonna look like what's gonna be on stage. We're gonna be in the woods. There's gonna be leaves scattered across the ground because it's like autumn time. So we're gonna probably have like orangey yellow, fiery leaves just on the floor. Sorry about that. Orangey fiery leaves just on the floor. There's gonna be a bench on one side of the stage, and we're also gonna have this was new to me. We're gonna have a tire swing in the middle, and there's gonna be a tree. So the director was like to me, during this scene, you can probably be taking your anger out on the leaves. So, like, for example, kicking the leaves or punching the tire swing, punching the tree, just kicking stuff around, just like releasing all my frustration out on the tree or just like my surroundings until when I get to my line, when I say, look, haven't I looked after things before? That's when I slowly changed to panicking, scared me into cocky John Tay, where he's like, guys, I know what I'm doing. It's fine. Look who you're talking to. I've looked after things before. Everything's gonna be fine. So yeah. Another thing was there we go, here's another one. When Lou says the word dead, it adds when Lou says the word he is dead, John, it adds more gravity to it because she mentions my name. So in the scene where it's me, Danny, and Lou, yes, I'm processing, but when I get into all cocky mode of saying, guys, it's not that bad. Not Richard, Danny and Lou keep mentioning the word dead, which is sort of like a trigger word for me because I'm like, don't say that word, please. You'll make me go back to my panicking self, so please do not say the word dead, please. That's when I slowly start to, like, the fuse, because I'm like a ticking time bomb. The fuse slowly becomes to get down, until I explode. But when Lou says he is dead, John, because she mentioned my name, it adds more depth to it, so it adds more gravity. So it's like when you're telling a student off at school, so you're like, don't do that. But if I say, don't do that, John, or John, I told you not to do that, it really gets the character like, oh gosh. It's like basically like they're taking a moment to let that hit them before they're like, oh, okay. So when Lou says to me, he is dead, John, that allows me that's heavy towards me. So I'm like, I'm taking that moment in, and then my next line is, all right, I'm not denying. So on stage, I gotta make sure I let basically on stage, I gotta show the audience that when Lou said he is dead, John, I gotta show them that it hit me, and then I quickly go to like, all right, I'm not denying. Am I denying? No, I'm, as I said, take it in because it makes it more realistic. But other than that, my entrance was our entrance was good and big because we performed it again. So we run lines and then we performed it one more time, and then that was the end of the lesson. And then the final part of the day, we performed the whole entire play without us stopping. So I was told that our entrance was good and big. Like, yeah, it was good. The lines when I say, yeah, the line when I say it and see what happens, it was very big, intimidating. Another thing which I did, which was, I thought it was like, why not? This was my decision. But when I go up to Danny and tell him, well, just say it then, say it and see what happens. When I do that, of course, he has a little dentist bag. I decided to like kick the bag out of frustration. I apologized, said, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to kick the bag. I just thought that would be like a good sort of thing. But the director said that yes, it's like a really good detail. It shows that my frustration, and I'm not afraid to, mess up people's stuff, because Danny holds on to that like a stress tool. Same how, likewise, how I hold like a lighter or matches or football as a stress tool. So that's like a little, When Richard says dead at the start, okay, yeah. So after when it's me and Danny finished our lines, no, after when I finish my paragraph, when it's Danny and Lou, Richard, Kathy, and Brian enter the scene. Richard says he's dead. Again, once I just said, don't say that word because I'm gonna get very angry. So my line is, when he said he's dead, it's like, right, now I really am gonna get a little bit cross to not use that word. I gotta make his presence hit me, and I can't say it too quickly because I want it to be nice. No, I don't want it to be slow. Well, actually no, I do want it to be slow because it's like we're doing another scene. Everything that's just happened in that previous scene is now, it's not gone, but like it's like you're starting a new chapter basically. Like they just enter, it's like you just kill. I just told you not to say that. I just told the whole group not to say that, and you just say that word again. It's like the fuse from my bomb has just slowly gone back up again because I can't just stay into like angry mode all the time. It's slowly gone back. So when Richard says he's dead, the fuse has finally gone back up. And it's like, right, that's, now I really am gonna get a little bit cross to not use that word. So yeah, each scene has a different energy. Yeah, that's more what I said. Not said, but that's what I tried to get. Each scene has like a different energy when someone comes on. As I said before, when Richard, Brian, and Kathy come on, the energy changes to when I'll start commanding Danny and Lou not to say that word, otherwise I'll bite their face off. As soon as those three enter, I go back to like, now I'm gonna have to control you now, or I gotta start all the way back from the beginning. Now, yeah, those were more or less like the notes what I was given. Now, as a class, everyone needs to start anticipating each other's lines because they're just waiting for someone to say their line, which is not the case. It's like a beat basically. Like it's like bum 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 bum. I remember we did something like that with Liz where we said each other's we read like a Shakespeare poem and no Shakespeare monologue, and we had to find a beat. It's just like this more or less. Like there's like a beat in each line with everyone. So don't anticipate them. Just say a line, and yeah, to be honest, everyone needs to learn their lines as well because it's kind of frustrating. But we move. It should be so easy you should know your lines so good that you can literally do something while saying your line. For example, I like to build stuff, or I like to wash up while saying my lines, or iron my clothes, because I did that the other day. I was ironing my clothes and I was saying my lines in my head, or brushing my teeth, just stuff like that. I heard that's what pros do and all that, and it just shows how well I know my lines to the point where like I don't even have to think them because the audience can tell if I'm thinking about what to say next. If I'm just standing there like blah blah blah, yeah, they can tell. It's better for me to know my lines to the point where I'm actually sick of it. That's what my goal is, and my goal is that I'm to be honest, I am sick of saying my lines, but that's good because it shows that I know them. And yeah, so those are the things that I took in today. I told you my strength, which was that our interest was good, and when I said how my change was good as well, how I slowly changed to panic into cockiness. So yeah, that's more or less it, and these are the things which I need to work on, and how do I work on them? During these breaks which I have, where it's like a 3-hour break, I will ask my partners if they want to go over them, and yeah, that's what I'll do. So thank you guys for watching. See you later.